For In the News TV Daily, Shotti sentenced to 15 years in prison, and he has some words for 6ix9ine. He's upset that he ruined people's families, and we also find out what might happen to 6ix9ine when he gets sentenced in a few days. Make sure to like this video off top and subscribe if you're new. Now let's get into the news.
I'm in the news with it.
On Friday, September 6th at the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse in Manhattan, one of the most prominent chapters in the 6ix9ine case came to an end. Now, the former manager, Kafino Shotti Jordan, has been sentenced to 15 years. Now, that's 180 months in federal. This is months after his artist Tekashi 6ix9ine pled guilty to federal charges. Now, his first charge landed him 5 years, and the second count gave him 10 years. Shotti is currently 37 years old, and according to the math, he'll be released when he's 52 years old. According to reports, Shotti broke down in tears right before the official sentencing. He decided to speak during Friday's sentencing. He said this, he says, "I want to apologize to my close friends and family, especially my son, since I won't be there for them." He said this before starting to cry. Now, the Brooklyn native took several minutes to get himself together, and then he continued. He admitted that all of the wrong he committed, it definitely was him, and he takes full responsibility for it. He also said he guaranteed that no one would ever see him in court again. He apologized to everyone's family, his family, and the people that were affected by the situation. Now, before Shotti was in Thurgood Marshall's courthouse, Shotti, a member of the 9 Trades, was a very popular figure on social media. Now, constantly him and 6ix9ine posted videos that went viral on social media. Now, but Shotti even had legal troubles even back then. Now, back in 2016, he had an open case in New Jersey and always had run-ins with the law. Now, even one of these incidents was actually recorded by 6ix9ine. Now, while Shotti strong-armed a rapper by the name of Johnna Boy, Rapper Lot Records, 6ix9ine was in the back actually recording it from a cell phone in the back of the car. Now, this incident happened in the G-Unit offices in Manhattan. They caught it at the office, and then of course somehow, someway they got the footage of 6ix9ine recording. The other charge that they actually caught Shotti with, now 6ix9ine and Shotti were actually leaving a restaurant in Brooklyn. Now, according to reports, someone was verbalizing directly towards 6ix9ine. That's when Shotti let off 2 shots at someone's car. Now, additional to the official 15-year sentence, Shotti also received 5 years of supervised release. Now, Shotti's lawyer was very pleased with the outcome. Now, according to the Complex magazine, his lawyer said it ended making the best of a bad outcome. Now, while Shotti's court case has came to a close, Danny, aka 6ix9ine, or Tekashi 6ix9ine, is next. Now, according to reports, the rapper will testify before a jury on trial of 2 others involved that have the same charges as him. Now, we have Nukes and Harv that was actually alongside 6ix9ine. Prosecutors believe Harv actually robbed 6ix9ine back in July of 2018. Now, 6ix9ine is definitely going to testify against him. The trial will officially take place September 16th, which is a few days from now. Now, of course, the internet has been going crazy. Of course, the internet is going to be the internet. Now, people on social media are saying that Shotti actually snitched to get himself 15 years. Now, for the ex-manager of 6ix9ine to get 15 years for strong-arming and shooting at 2 people, he should have got lesser time if he actually snitched. Now, according to the reports, his lawyer actually said if anyone can prove that his client Shotti actually snitched, that they would openly compensate that person. Now, as of today, no one has reached out and no one has the paperwork. Now, a few weeks before Shotti was sentenced, he had an interview on a Rap Radar podcast where he openly spoke about his time being locked up. He spoke about 6ix9ine, how he felt about the whole situation. Now, Shotti started off speaking about his mental, saying that he was in positive spirits while smiling. Now, mind you, his inmates walking behind Shotti the whole video, and he's definitely, so that shows that he's definitely in general population. Now, the interviewer starts off mentioning Skinny from the 9 and asks Shotti how he felt about Skinny from the 9 getting jumped on. Now, for you guys who don't know, it's been a lot of footage online showing Skinny from 9 getting a lot of squabbles, a lot of people putting their hands and feet on him. So we asked him how he felt, and Shotti was basically saying that he didn't have any parts of it because when he left, or when they got actually locked up, Skinny from the 9 actually kind of disowned Treyway and he kind of separated from them. So he said he didn't have anything to do with that. Now, Shotti also speaks about 6ix9ine in his Breakfast Club interview, which was actually recorded 2 days before the feds locked the whole crew up. Shotti explained the reason that 6ix9ine went on the Breakfast Club that day. He said because the feds already gave 6ix9ine clues that the whole crew was going down, but instead of 6ix9ine alerting the crew, he separated his ties with the Treyways and broadcasted it all over social media, and then the Breakfast Club interview, which had over 12 million views on YouTube. Shotti also addressed the rumors that he slept with 6ix9ine's first baby mama, Sarah, and according to Shotti, he says that's completely false. It was just a narrative to use to make 6ix9ine look like he was being taken advantage of and his friends wasn't his friends. The conversation shifts when he's asked what would he say to 6ix9ine if he actually had a chance to. He said he would basically tell 6ix9ine that he ruined a lot of families, and it's all because he didn't want to be a man to his responsibilities. Now, another girl in his life was Jade, who has the 6ix9ine logo tatted on her while 6ix9ine was locked up. Now, rumor has it that Tekashi only met her 6 to 7 days before actually him getting locked up with the feds, and their relationship was basically built off phone calls since 6ix9ine was locked up. He also called Donnie Brasco. For those who don't know or seen that movie, Donnie Brasco is a movie. The main character was an agent who infiltrated a major New York mafia. He developed relationships and eventually took the whole empire down. So basically, he's calling him that main character, Donnie Brasco. Now, when Shotti spoke about the love from the outside world, he says no one really reached out to him. He says Tory Lane reached out around 2 or 3 times, Cuban Doll and a few more people. But he said basically people didn't show up and they kind of turned their back on him once the crew got locked up. Now, in conclusion of this interview, Shotti says that he's not worrying about the people on the outside. He's just working out and taking everything one day at a time. Now, with 6ix9ine's trial coming up in the next few days, how long do you think he'll be sentenced for? Comment below and let me know what you think. Me personally, I think he's going to get 5 to 7 years with time served. So he'll probably get maybe 6 years locked up. That's what I think in federal. That's what I honestly think. Now let me know what you think. Comment below and vote at the top right of this video. It'll be a button where you click and it'll say how many years you guys think 6ix9ine will get in federal. Some people are going to say he's going to get right out with time served. Some people say 5 to 10. Some people say 10 to 15. And some people say from 15 to 30. But that's my opinion. I want to know you guys' opinion. And what do you think? Once 6ix9ine gets released and he's out those doors and he's behind the walls and he gets, well, not behind the walls, but he gets from behind the walls, do you think he's going to get back to music? Me, honestly, it depends on how long he's actually getting or how long he's going to be sentenced to. Honestly, if he gets 1 to 3, he can come out and drop something that's going to go crazy on the charts. Just because he has that fan base, but he doesn't have that protection like he used to have. He probably has to switch his identity, and probably his sentencing or agreement when he gets released is he probably can't even release music anymore, because of the music kind of made everything trickle down. A lot of situations in this case was because they were defending 6ix9ine because he was a recording artist. So a thing that you can do with the law, but no in federal is probably he can't even release any music, and if he does, he probably will have to leave the country. And I don't know if you can leave the country just after being locked up in federal, so I don't know. But if he releases something and he streams it, I know the streams are at least gonna get crazy for the first release. After that, it'll probably trickle down. People will start calling him bad, probably because of the money. He doesn't have enough protection. He doesn't have the image anymore. Do I think 6ix9ine is actually walking around and nobody knows about it? Nah, because he has a court date coming up and he has to be there. Another thing, Shotti says that he has artists on the outside that he's still gonna A&R and look after. So it's good to see, man, and just watching the interview and listening to Treyway, or Shotti as his name is, it just shows intelligent he is, and if he would have followed a proper avenue, he definitely will be one of the top maybe CEOs or top managers. Looks like he got wrapped up in the streets, and unfortunately at 52 years old, maybe he can come out and turn around his life, but unfortunately 15 years is a long time. That's kind of like being in kindergarten and then going to college. You know how many years from kindergarten to college to actually graduate in college, how long that is? That's a very long time, and it looks like that's how long he'll have to be in there. And how do you guys feel about Shotti actually shedding some tears during that sentencing? Me personally, I think it's perfectly fine. You're emotional. You're not going to see your kids or be able to be around your kids behind the walls or outside the walls for the next 15 years. So I definitely salute that. And you already know how he says he doesn't bend, he doesn't fold, it's Treyway. I'm in the news with it. I'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you thumbs up the video on the way out.